Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about slaves. I mean, minions. Most players are familiar with minions as one of the best ways to make passive money while you're offline. But what if I told you there was a far better use for minions? One that could help you reach endgame faster than 90% of the— Dude, what are you doing? Get out of the way, bro. Move. Faster than 90% of the skyblock community. This guide is meant to show you how to use minions to progress faster in skyblock. We will go over the best uses for minions at each stage of the game, what kinds of minions are best to use, profit rates, and what setup is best for you based on your budget. So let's start at the beginning, where all Skyblock players begin their journey. Depression. Wait, what? No, on a new profile. The first thing all players should do on a new profile is unlock and level collections. There are so many quality of life features locked behind collection levels that can save you hours of headache by unlocking first. Some collections you want to focus on first are Gold and Emerald. Gold unlocks bank account upgrades and Emerald unlocks personal bank item upgrades. Next you want to focus on Redstone, Coal, Netherwort, Mutton, Leather, Rotten Flesh, and Birch. Redstone collection unlocks accessory bag slots, and any experienced player knows they're extremely important. Coal, Mutton, Rotten Flesh, and Birch collections unlock sacks so you can store materials easily, and Netherwort unlocks the potion bag. Now there are a few collections you don't want to have a minion down for, and that is because they aren't essential early on or can be easily maxed manually. These collections are wheat, carrot, potato, cocoa, melon, pumpkin, cane, mushroom, mithril, hardstone, sand, netherrack, cobblestone, spruce, acacia, jungle, dark oak, and oak. As soon as you max a minion's collection, pick up that minion and put another one down. We want to max collections as fast as possible. I should also add that you will need super compactors for some of the collections. If you can't afford super compactors, then figure out a way to, because every player needs these early game for their minions. There are plenty of guides out there on YouTube to help you out with making money, and I'll make some of those soon as well. Until you can grind the coins for super compactors, you might as well focus on the mining collections and use regular compactors. Now, before we move on to the next step, we have to talk about fuel. There are many kinds of fuel to choose from on the bazaar, and which one you choose depends on both your goals for the setup and how much money you're willing to spend. Enchanted lava buckets boost minion speed by 25% and never run out, so if you never want to have to worry about refueling, these are the ones you should use. There are also two upgrades to this item which include magma buckets, boosting minion speed by 30%, and plasma buckets, boosting minion speed by 35%. But these upgrades can get expensive fast. Enchanted charcoal is the cheapest fuel that is still worth it. Each one lasts 36 hours and boosts minion speed by 20%. A stack lasts about 3 months and is cheaper than a lava bucket, so if you're really broke, this might be a temporary option. I recommend using this for collection grinding, and that's about it. The two best fuels in my opinion are hamster wheels and foul flesh. Hamster wheels boost minion speed by 50% and last 24 hours. Good if you have some money to spare, but not too much. Foul flesh boosts minion speed by 90%, but only lasts 5 hours. I use these on my minions and it's amazing. The only problem is the stack only lasts about 2 weeks, and refilling my entire minion setup costs about 50 million coins, sometimes up to 75 million. But for the extra resources, it's worth it in my opinion. Now there is one fuel you should almost never buy, and that fuel is catalysts. This fuel is by far the best fuel in the game, as it multiplies drops instead of boosting minion speed. But the cost is far too great for the benefit. Refueling a minion setup can cost hundreds of millions of coins every few weeks, and I would say it's only ever worth it if you need a level of skill or a new collection incredibly fast. Which brings me to the point of this whole video. The best use for minions in this game is to level skills. Coins are fleeting, they can vanish in seconds. A max skill will stay with you forever and give you more benefits than a couple million coins ever will. In fact, a max skill can actually give you the ability to make far more coins than a minion ever could. The best minion to use after you max collections is a fish minion setup. A tier 7 fish minion already gives more fishing experience than a clay minion and can easily be upgraded into a tier 9 minion. And if you have enough coins for a tier 11 minion setup, you will earn millions of fishing XP every month. And if you hold a fishing rod with expertise 10 on it while you collect the minions, that can be even more. I would recommend getting 15 to 20 minion slots for this setup. More is always better. You will need at least extra large storages for each minion, as fish minions produce a wide variety of drops. All of the slots should be fish minions. Once the fish minions are set up, you want to leave them down until you reach fishing 30. It's at this level that you have access to lava fishing gear and sea creatures. The reason we start with fishing is because it is the hardest skill to level early game. Gear is locked behind skill requirements, and getting fishing 30 manually would waste hours of playtime you could be spending elsewhere. That's the best part about the strategy. It allows you to grind other parts of the game and avoid the pain of early game fishing. Alright, so you're fishing 30. Now what? Now you have to decide what skill you want to level passively next. You should probably pick a skill you don't like or one that is really slow to level. For me, I chose Melon Minions. Melon Minions level farming extremely fast, and they can save their materials for months and months at a time, meaning you can leave them down and collect when Derpy is mayor, giving you way more skill experience. A T11 Melon Minion already gives a lot of farming XP, but a tier 12 Melon Minion gives even more. Unfortunately, if you want to have a T12 Melon Minion setup, you have to go to the Mushroom Desert and put yourself through the hell of grinding pelts for the Trapper. This takes a lot of time and is painfully slow, but as someone who has a T12 Melon Minion setup, I can say it's definitely worth it. Similarly to fish minions, if you hold a farming tool with Cultivating 10 and the Blessed Reforge when you collect the minions, you can boost the experience you get from the minions even more. On top of that, you can also AFK with a leg rabbit pet to boost minion speed, and use a farming crystal to increase their speed as well. There's a certain layout to place your minions in that lets them all fit in the farming crystal radius. I linked the wiki page down below in the description that shows that layout. But there are some crazy players that actually enjoy manual farming, in which case Melon Minions might not be the best idea for you. In the future, the garden update the admins hinted at is released, it may add faster ways to get farming XP, making Melon Minions obsolete. So I'm going to tell you about some other minion setups that can level skills passively. You got Slayer Minions, which give loads of combat XP. The one that I've heard has the best XP rates is the Revenant Minion, but some people prefer Voidling or Tara Minions because of the boosted profit. The one bad thing about Slayer Minions is that they're usually pretty expensive. For the mining skill, you have the Snow Minion, obviously. These actually used to be the meta for minion progression back when the mining skill was extremely slow to level, and it was an added benefit that they made decent coins as well. Now, this minion is wasted potential, because mining experience is so easy to get from manual mining, and you can get similar coins per hour from other minions that give a different kind of experience. I wish I could tell you there was a good foraging minion, but there isn't. I've heard of players experimenting with flower minion setups, but these minions are hell. Besides the fact that they cost over 50 million coins for one tier 11 minion, you also have to collect them almost every day because they don't compact their materials very well. And even then, a foraging experience isn't really worth it. So that's it for the best kind of minions for progression. After you reach high skill levels or have no skills that can be leveled with minions, there is one final setup you can make. Yes, I'm talking about Inferno minions. I couldn't find any pictures of Inferno minions for some reason, so we're just going to have to deal with this. These Blaze minions on steroids are different than all other minions. They use different fuels, they have a different drop system, and they have the unique perk that if you have multiple of them placed on your island, it decreases the action speed of each minion placed. Oh, and did I mention that they're over 1 billion coins per tier 11 minion? Or that the fuel for this setup costs hundreds of millions of coins per day? Yeah, this is a billionaire setup. Even Refraction was having a hard time keeping this setup funded, and that really says something. However, if you can keep them fueled consistently, this little guy right here has the chance to generate RNG minion drops, most of which are worth millions of coins, and one drop even worth over 1 billion coins. These minions honestly require their own video because there's so much other info that has to do with them. So if I decide to dedicate my life to skyblock, that video might be coming in 20 years. That's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching this far. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. My channel is pretty new and I can use some help getting started, so send this video to any of your friends who don't have a fish minion setup. All the info in this video is also in the forum guide I made on the topic, so feel free to read that too if you want. I also added some more details that aren't in the video because they're not as important, but they're still fun facts. My Discord server is linked in the description. You can ask me any questions about the video there, or if you just want to hang out, we have a great little community forming with some skilled players. See you guys in the next one.